So habit tracking apps can help you to better organize new habits and stop ones that you already have. In 2025, millions of people are going to download habit tracks. So which are the best 5 to check out as you start a brand new year? So the first option comes from a really easy to use experience, and it's called Habitify. Now, one of the things that I really like about this app is it's available on so many different devices, but it's also really well designed. It's going to help you to set those habits that you want to improve or stop really easily and set it up. But the layer that I think is really beneficial is the analytics that you get every time you're using this app, because it's going to help build a graph of how successful you are with each habit individually. It's going to help create a streak as well to help keep you focusing on the habit and the progress you're making. So I would recommend checking that one out. It's probably the best all-round habit tracker on the market. So before we dive into the next 4 alternatives, I would check out toolfinder.xyz and dive into our habit tracking apps there if you're interested, because there's so many that we've put up there already that's going to help you. So recommend checking that out. The link in the description will be there. So next one is actually a task management application, but they have a habit tracking ability built in. A lot of people like the fact that you can manage your tasks and habits in one location. And it actually comes with a really nice user interface, making it feel really successful when you're completing your habit and tracking your streaks. Now, whilst it won't go into the amount of analytical detail that Habitify has, it will give you a really nice design and something that you can have alongside your tasks, which something a lot of people do is manage tasks and then want to be able to add habits on top of that. So it's recommended, and this one's actually built into the apps that they do have. And the general experience is really nice with TickTick. So next up is a really, really nerdy one. If you're a big fan of people like Andrew Huberman or like those sort of hackers of health and things like that, you might like Conjure habits. Now, the reason I say this one's proper hacky is you can go into a real range of detail with your advanced habit tracking, which means you can set up certain API connections and also just nail down things to the metric that matters most to you. So if you're tracking your weight or a certain metric to do with health, it's going to be able to help you do that other apps might not be able to, that are much more generalized in helping you to capture just traditional habits. Whereas I think this is much more open plan to help you to do that. And we've got a full review of Conjure habits if you're interested in the link in the description. So the next one is one that comes as more of a easy access one. It's called Everyday Habits. I was actually very lucky to meet the founder very randomly at an event in London a few years ago, I believe it was. And I was just sort of walking around and we bumped into each other and made that connection. This application is really nice because it comes with a Chrome extension that allows you to add it as a new tab. And as everybody knows, habit tracking is always about trying to access that habit and being able to make it forefront of your attention all day long. So this one has a new tab extension. So every time you open a new tab in Chrome, it's there ready for you to track, which also helps you to keep it front of mind, keep you see that visual progress you're making, because it's a very visual application. So that one's great if you meet those criteria. And number 5 is one that's really gamified. It's called Habitica, and it's a recommendation if you're somebody that likes almost that Tamagotchi type experience where you get to keep a character progressing and naturally as you progress your habits and your tasks. This one is like a game. It's like a Pokemon type game. Like Pokemon's a bad reference for this, but it allows you to see your progress, and you can add things like armor and things like health potions and all that to help progress your character, which is quite a nice representation. It sort of allows you to build your character up a bit like you building your character up as your habit goes and progresses. So a recommendation is to check it out if you're feeling that you need to gamify how you do your habit tracking. So those were our best recommendations. Our top recommendation after this is to go over to toolfinder.co and explore all of the other habit tracking apps, because you might not find the right one in this video, or you might just want to explore more options that are out there. So thank you very much. Please do subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in a future video. Cheerio for now.